Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School. I'm Stevie.
I am Betty.
Today and tomorrow, we are looking at our dialogues with themes. So we have a theme we're talking about.
对
And this one is kind of good for this month. We're exploring the customs and taboos of Ghost Month.
Wow.
So
Scary.
a custom is like a tradition,
对
right? And a taboo is something you're not supposed to do.
没
It's
错
bad luck.
他就说鬼月习俗 customs 还有禁忌 taboos 知多少呢？我们要来聊聊鬼月啦。相信同学应该对这种有点恐怖的东西都蛮喜欢的哦。
其实真的很恐怖吗? Is it really scary?
Do you follow those taboos? How much do you know about this?
I know most of the taboos. Some I follow, some I don't.
Okay.
Like I go swimming at the beach during Ghost Month, and I like it because there's no people.
Fewer people there.
There are fewer people, so I go there during Ghost Month.
That makes sense.
So far, I've been lucky. So far.
对 fingers crossed.
Yeah. So today we're looking at exploring the customs and taboos of Ghost Month with George and Kelly. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back and take a look.
Exploring the customs and taboos of Ghost Month. Dialogue A. George, an American, runs into his Taiwanese friend, Kelly, and notices she is carrying a lot of stuff.
Kelly, why are you carrying so many things? Is that all incense and ghost money?
Oh, hi, George. Yes, these are offerings for 中元普渡.
I've never heard of that. What is it?
It's part of our traditional beliefs. People believe that during the 7th month of the lunar calendar, the spirits of our ancestors and wandering ghosts return to the human world. 中元普渡 is a time to make offerings to them.
Wow, that sounds a little scary.
Maybe, but we prepare offerings to show respect to the spirits and avoid offending them.
So that's why you need ghost money?
Exactly. We burn ghost money to send it to the spirits. Some people also prepare basins of water and clean towels for them to use. It's a way to show we care.
I've heard there are many taboos during Ghost Month. Is that true?
Quite a few. For example, people try not to stay out too late at night because they worry that wandering ghosts might follow them home.
That sounds a little spooky, but I can see why people would be careful.
Right. It's mainly about avoiding trouble. If you're curious, I can tell you more later.
I'd love that. Thanks, Kelly.
Okay, so we have George and Kelly. George, an American, runs into his Taiwanese friend Kelly and notices she is carrying a lot of stuff. He sees that she's carrying a lot of stuff.
没错，他说 George 呢，他其实是一个美国人哦，然后 runs into 什么意思啊 ？runs into
Well, run into 就是跑步撞到. No, it actually means you're outside somewhere and you just, you see your friend.
恰巧遇到谁这样
Yeah.
碰巧遇到，这个要特别背哦。有的时候他们会考这个片语哦 ，runs into， 你没有真的撞到他，但是你就是碰巧遇见他，的那种感觉哦。所以就走路走一走，就刚好遇到他的台湾人的朋友，叫做 Kelly。然后呢，就注意到Kelly 怎么拿那么多东西啊？奇怪，要去哪里拿那么多东西
Well, that's what George says. George says, Kelly? Because he just saw her. Oh, it's her.
对
Kelly? Oh, why are you carrying so many things?
因为我们说 run into， 所以他们不是有预期的要碰面哦。
Yeah.
他就说，那是 Kelly 吗？Kelly， 你干嘛带那么多东西啊？在干嘛
Yeah. Oh, Kelly? Hey, this kind of means, hey, what are you doing?
你怎么会在这里
Yeah. Why are you carrying so many things? Is that all incense and ghost money?
对，更怪的是说 Kelly 带的东西是说，你怎么带那么一大包的香，还有带一大包的那个纸钱啊，金纸的意思哦，那个 ghost money 就是我们在烧的这个金纸。
Yeah. And that's why Kelly says, oh, hi, George. she's surprised to see him.
对
So, hi, George. Yes, these are offerings for, we're just going to say the Chinese, for 中元普渡。
对，中原普渡，对，
普渡 ，OK，
对
不是普渡，普渡。
对，
Yeah.
因为这中英文它的那个转换有一点点没有那么的一致。
And I want to say, if you're reading this, you will see the pinyin, right? For 中元普渡。
对
Don't say that, okay? You don't, just because it's pinyin doesn't mean in English you have to say putu, okay? Say it correctly, it's okay. You don't have to say kilong, say jilong. You don't have to say pingtong, say pingdong. That's okay.
对
So, 中元普渡。
没错，他就说，George 是你哦，因为他也很吓到，想说，怎么会突然有个人叫住我这样子？他就说啊，这些东西，对啊，我带很多东西哦，那这些 offerings， 这个 offering 是什么啊？
Well, to offer something
对，提供
means
嘛，
to 提供 or give somebody something. So when we say it's an offering, that means it's some sort of gift or something. Usually when we say it's an offering, it's a gift for could be for a god, or it's usually for something that we consider is above you or something big.
哦，这种 offering 就是贡品啊
Yeah.
的这个意思哦，所以通常不能说你给同学的哦，这会有点怪哦，通常是给神明的啊，这个字不能乱用哦。但是
Yeah.
同学可以注意一下，这一次我们其实会教到很多，就是中文的习俗要怎么用英文去讲。如果你有外国朋友，你可以学一下，因为很多东西很难介绍，像刚才那个香，还有那个什么金子，很多时候我们要跟外国人介绍那个什么庙的文化，他们在烧什么钱，那也不会讲啊。对不对？金子啊，我们可能会讲 gold paper 啊，可是你可能讲 ghost money 是比较好的。那这个 offering 就是贡品、祭品的意思哦。对啊，就这一些是那个贡品啊，因为中元普渡要到了。
Yeah. And you don't have to say, oh, these are offerings for the gods. You don't have to say that. It's okay. Oh, I'm burning incense and ghost money for the gods. If you want to make it simple.
对，这个
Yeah.
burn incense 就是你在拜拜烧香。
烧香
对外国人来讲，好像你点线香哦，然后那个让房间香香，那个叫 burn incense。然后
Yeah.
你拜拜这个也叫 burn incense。对他们来讲哦，
Actually, burn incense 就是烧香。
对，就是烧香，
拜拜 is just bye bye.
就很难翻哦，因为他们
So we say
比较
in
少
English, actually we turn it into Chinglish, Chinese English. Oh, he is at the temple, bye bye-ing.
哦，
ING
我们可以用拜拜这样子、哦，
拜拜营
对，
Yeah.
就烧香拜拜啊，就对他们来讲都是 burn incense。然后 ghost money， 对，就是你可以说 burn ghost money， 就是你在烧金子这样子。哦，好，那这个 George 感觉有点疑惑。
George says, oh, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of 中元普渡.
对啊，我没有听过哎，那这个是什么
What
节
is
日啊？这什么东西啊？
Yeah. And so she says, oh, it's part of our traditional beliefs. A belief is something you believe in.
对，这就是信仰的意思或信念。他就说，这其实是我们传统信仰的一个部分啦。哈，那这个信仰的话，它其实可以数哦，所以同学注意，它后面是有 s 的哦。那他有讲，继续介绍。
People believe that during the 7th month of the lunar calendar, the spirits of our ancestors and wandering ghosts return to the human world. Okay, that's a long sentence, I know. But you can say people believe that during the 7th month of the lunar calendar, we call that the ghost month, right?
对。
Spirits and ghosts come back to Earth, come back to the world.
没错，这个因为他要介绍一下，因为 George 不太知道，因为西方看阳历比较多嘛，那这个中元普渡他是看那个农历的、所以要介绍一下。他说，它其实是农历的第7个月，这个 lunar 就是跟月亮相关的，对的第7个月哦。然后这个 spirit 它其实讲灵魂、鬼魂，可以用 spirits 哦，就是虚无缥缈的哈。这种我们的祖先的灵魂啊，还有 wandering ghost， 这就是 在外面游荡的我们就说孤魂野鬼啦，孤魂野鬼会回来到人间。
And中元普渡 is a time to make offerings to them, to give them offerings.
所以你可以用 make offerings to usually some power god. 他说，所以中元普渡其实就是一个我们替他们呢，就是拜拜啊，进贡给他们，不是进贡，给他们贡品拜拜纪念他们的一个时间啊，这样 make offerings to。那这个就是说，拿贡品祭拜这样。
Yeah. And George says, wow, that sounds a little scary.
Wow, 这听起来有一点点可怕的哦。
Yeah.
Is this scary to you when
No.
you first came here? No.
No. Of course, if you imagine bad spirits running around,
恶灵哦。
yeah, that could be scary. But if I was thinking of the ghosts of my ancestors, I think, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, I think if they could come back and see me, that would make me feel good. If it were my ancestors, I would feel like they would come back there watching over me.
所以有点温馨的感觉啦，应该是你那个时候。
是你的家人。
对，所以就是他不会怕。
Yeah. If it's scary spirits walking around, yeah, so be good.
对，而且他还很喜欢万圣节，所以他刚好觉得说，可能他本身就对这种蛮喜欢的哦。好，那 Kelly 呢就有继续接话，他说什么
？Kelly says, maybe. That means maybe it could sound a little scary.
可能有一点点可怕。
Yeah, maybe, but we prepare offerings to show respect to the spirits and avoid offending them. So we prepare offerings to show our respect.
对。
And so that we don't offend them.
没错，就是我们其实就很怕，就是我们会有一些贡品啊、祭品啊，主要就是我们要对他们表达我们的尊重 ，show respect to someone。那这个是对鬼魂表达尊重，然后还有你要避免后面要加 ing 哦，同学记得 offend 是冒犯，也不想要做一些事情冒犯到他们了，不然他们可能会晚上会来找我们啊什么的，真的很害怕。
And George says, "Oh, okay. So that's why you need ghost money?"
那因为有讲到刚才他有带那个金纸嘛，所以你就是这个也是金子也是贡品的一部分吗？这是为什么你带这么多的金子的关系的原因吗
All right, we'll take a break here and come back with part 2 of our dialogue. Okay, so George just asked Kelly, "Oh, so you need ghost money for the ghosts?"
对
Right? And she says, "Exactly."
没错，
Yeah.
这个就是一个贡品之一哦。
We burn ghost money to send it to the spirits.
我们会烧金纸呢，然后把它送给，就是烧这个动作，就是把它带到另外一个世界，把它烧给那些亡灵这样子。
I would feel so sad if I was, a ghost or in heaven and I still need money. That would be so sad.
You also need probably like a sports car, a house. So they actually have different
I've seen that.
styles.
Big mansions, and
Right.
now they have cars and computers and
Right.
everything you can burn.
So you still need to pay for things in heaven.
Yes, we burn money, ghost money, to send it to the spirits. Some people also prepare basins of water and clean towels for them to use. A basin is just like kind of like a large bowl.
水盆这样
Yeah,
子哦。
like your sink. Your sink in your bathroom.
洗手槽在
Yeah,
厕所的那个洗手槽那个大
that
小。
is also a kind of basin.
对，
It's something that holds water.
台北也是一个 basin 啊
Yeah,
对不对
Taipei is a
一个是一个
basin.
盆地啊，所以它是一个盆子的这个概念哦。
Yeah.
对，所以我们会准备这个水盆，里面要放水，然后还有干净的这个毛巾哦，不是你用哦，是要给这些亡灵用的哦。
It's a way to show we care.
这是一个表达我们很在乎的一种方式，可能就是要让他们稍微清洁一下吗？
I've seen during Ghost Month, I've seen people put out little towels, but I've never seen anybody put out a basin of water.
I don't know very much about
Or maybe they do that like at home. Maybe that's not something normal that we see, like all these companies out on the street and people who, put things out on the street to bye.
对，台北会有统一拜拜，每大楼外面会拜。
So we see that kind of thing. But I've never seen anybody, bye at home for Ghost Month.
哦，你还没有体验过？
Yeah, I've never seen that in a Taiwanese person's home. So I've just seen like our neighbors out on the street. So maybe the water could be used in the house. I don't know.
Could be.
But I've never seen the basin of water. But I have seen towels.
哦，所以好像很多地方可能有时候简化了，因为可能台北在路上放盆子也，大家很容易踢到吧？
Yeah, maybe.
就可能没放哦。
Yeah. But she says it's a way to show we care.
对，这表达我们很在意哦。
Yeah. And now George says, I've heard there are many taboos during Ghost Month. Is that true?
没错，他就说，我听说好像鬼月啊，就有很多的禁忌嘛，对不对？这个是真的吗？
Yeah. So when we say taboo, it's more than just like you can't do it. A taboo means you're not supposed to do this, and if you do it, it will bring you bad luck, or it will bring a bad consequence, usually.
这种禁忌就不像是比如说你说图书馆不要讲话这种哦，通常它代表后面有很多的文化，如果你做了，你可能会冒犯当地人，或者是你会得到一些坏运哦。所以很多地方你旅游的时候就会查一下有没有什么 taboos。
Yeah. So he said, I've heard there are taboos during Ghost Month, and he says, is that true? And she says, Kelly says, oh, quite a few. There's a lot.
Quite a few is a lot.
Yeah.
所以大家不要看到 a few 想说这一点点哦，加上一个 quite 就是很多的意思哦，蛮多的还不少哦。
English is weird. A few means 一些, right?
对。
But when we say, quite a few,
就很多咯。
that means a lot.
突然变很多，很莫名哦。
For example, people try not to stay out too late at night because they worry that wandering ghosts might follow them home.
这好像是有这种，我有听过。就举例来讲，大家就说不要在外面待得太晚 ，stay out 就是在外面混哦，不要在外面出去玩到太晚，因为呢，他们就会担心，因为是晚上嘛，孤魂野鬼可能看到你还在那边游荡，那晚上可能阴气比较重吧，他就跟着你回家咯。对，这个有点可怕。
Yeah, that could be scary. One of my friends used to live in Muzha, near the mountain.
那很可怕。
On the mountain, there's a lot of tombs.
有很多的墓这样子。
Yeah. And he said during Ghost Month, a lot of people would be there like during the day, like taking care of the tombs. It wasn't tomb sweeping. 不是扫墓节，但是 but during Ghost Month, he said a lot of people went there to still do things. But he said at night, everyone gone. Just
disappear.
Like they stayed inside the house. They didn't go out at night near the
因为
cemetery.
坟墓本来就很阴啊，主要是谁会晚上去坟墓啊？
Yeah.
对，所以说大家还是要还是要小心，因为晚上经过坟墓其实有点可怕，因为台湾有的坟墓其实很多那个杂草。
你会觉得很可怕？
我会觉得怕，除非是我祖先的，但尽量不要。
But actually, George says, "Ooh, that sounds a little spooky." But I can see why people would be careful. Like
对
spooky means also a little bit scary. When something is spooky, it's something that scares you.
所以跟可怕、毛骨悚然有一点像哦，就是有点让你觉得有点怕怕的这种 spooky。有时候万圣节我们就说那个氛围是很 spooky 的，就突然会看到有一个人啊画的那个什么装扮啊，这样 spooky， 或者是房子。好， 但是呢，虽然听起来很可怕，但是我可以理解，就 I can see， 就我可以理解，不是看到哦，我可以理解为什么大家想要小心。当然啊，小心为上啊。
Yeah. And here in this sentence, we don't really need the but. 我们不需要那个但是 right? 听起来有点可怕。我可以了解为什么人家会这样子。
对，就是口语有时候会加一些额外的字。
Yeah, that sounds spooky, but I can see why people would be careful. And Kelly says, right.
对啊，就是。
That's right. It's mainly about avoiding trouble.
对，主要就是不想要惹麻烦，你后面还要去修家，就很麻烦嘛。
Yeah. If you're curious, if you want to understand more, I can tell you more later.
如果你很好奇这个 curious about something， 你可以把 about 写上去。我等一下再告诉你更多，因为他可能提着东西吧，所以他赶快先拿东西去放吧。
And when she says later, she probably doesn't mean like 等一下. She might mean, next time I see you, or later tonight, or later when I'm done with what I'm doing now.
对，因为他现在看起来很忙这样子
你刚好在外面遇到，
对啊
right? So, I can, if you're curious, if you want to know more, I can tell you more later.
等一下
when I'm done. Yeah.
我忙完再跟你讲
Maybe next year.
Maybe never. 10 years later.
But George says, I'd love that.
当然好啊。
Thanks, Kelly.
好啊，那我就先谢谢你等一下有空再来聚聚。
Yeah. So they're actually, Kelly is going to tell him more.
对，没错，因为我们第二天嘛。
Yeah, we're going to look at day 2 tomorrow, and Kelly's going to tell him a little bit more about Ghost Month and some taboos and traditions. So we will see you back here tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Bye.